Have you ever wondered whether the iceberg was really the culprit behind the sinking of the Titanic? The year is 1912, the maiden voyage of the RMS Titanic, a marvel of engineering. The common belief is that an iceberg, lurking in the North Atlantic, was solely to blame. But wait, a survivor of the disaster has a shocking claim. Could it be that the iceberg was not the true cause? Let's delve into the claim that challenges everything we thought we knew about this tragedy. What if the iceberg was not the true cause of the Titanic's sinking? This is the bold claim made by one of the survivors of that fateful voyage. According to this individual, the iceberg was not the Titanic's downfall. Instead, it was a coal bunker explosion deep within the ship's bowels that sealed its fate. Imagine, if you will, the Titanic sailing through the icy waters of the North Atlantic. Deep within the ship, coal stored in the bunkers fuels the massive engines that power the Titanic's propellers. A spark, perhaps from a shovel or a piece of metal, ignites the coal dust in the air. The resulting explosion could have been catastrophic, ripping through the bunker and damaging the surrounding hull. This damage would not have been immediately visible to the passengers and crew on deck. However, it would have been a deadly wound, creating a hole through which icy seawater could rush in. The ship's pumps, designed to manage minor leaks, would have been overwhelmed by the influx of water. The explosion theory paints a different picture of the ship's final hours. No longer is the Titanic a victim of an unfortunate encounter with an iceberg. Instead, it becomes a ticking time bomb, doomed from the moment the coal bunker exploded. This claim rewrites the narrative of the Titanic's final night. It suggests a more complex, perhaps even more tragic story than the one we've come to accept. It also raises new questions about safety measures, the ship's design, and the actions of the crew. But can we accept this claim at face value? Is there evidence to support it? Or is it just another Titanic conspiracy theory? The answer to these questions may lie in the wreckage of the Titanic at the bottom of the North Atlantic. Until we can conclusively prove or disprove this claim, it remains an intriguing piece of the Titanic puzzle. This claim certainly shakes the ground beneath our feet, doesn't it? Now let's turn our attention to the evidence that supports this startling claim. First, we delve into the intriguing findings from the Titanic wreckage. Pieces of coal, salvaged from the sunken giant, were examined and found to bear traces of an explosion. This is a crucial piece of the puzzle as it gives credence to the survivors' claim that an explosion in the coal bunker, not an iceberg, caused the fatal damage to the ship. But the evidence doesn't stop there. We also have testimonies from other survivors who reported hearing loud explosion sounds before the sinking. One survivor even described it as a sound like nothing else on Earth, a rumble, then a roar, followed by eerie silence. These testimonies corroborate the survivor's claim, adding another layer of intrigue to this alternative theory. Furthermore, it's worth noting that the coal bunker explosion theory isn't entirely new. There were speculations even at the time of the disaster that a fire had been burning in one of Titanic's coal bunkers for days before the ship sailed. This fire could have ignited the fatal explosion. Though this theory was largely overshadowed by the iceberg narrative, it aligns with the survivors' claim and the evidence found. Lastly, we must remember that the Titanic was a feat of engineering, designed to withstand severe conditions. It's difficult to accept that a lone iceberg could cause such catastrophic damage to this unsinkable ship. This in itself could be seen as indirect evidence supporting the claim of an internal explosion. However, it's important to approach these pieces of evidence with a critical eye. While they do support the survivors' claim, they're not definitive proof. Other factors could have contributed to the explosion traces on the coal and the sounds heard by survivors. So, we have some evidence, but what about the alternate theories? This claim, while intriguing, contradicts the official history and raises numerous questions. If we entertain the idea that it wasn't an iceberg but an explosion that caused the Titanic to sink, we're left to grapple with a multitude of alternative theories. Could it have been a faulty boiler, a combustion engine gone awry, or perhaps a hidden explosive device? Some speculate that a spontaneous combustion of coal dust in the ship's bunker could have led to a catastrophic explosion. Others suggest a more sinister scenario, a sabotage perhaps carried out by those who wish to see the ocean liner fail. But why would anyone want to cover up an explosion? The Titanic was, after all, a symbol of human innovation and progress. A catastrophic failure of this magnitude would have been a significant blow to the industries and individuals who invested heavily in the ship's success. A cover-up would have helped to shield these entities from the fallout, preserving reputations and safeguarding financial interests. However, these are just theories, and each one raises its own set of questions. Did the ship's crew or the White Star Line, the company that owned the Titanic, have knowledge of any potential explosion? Could they have prevented it, and if so, why didn't they? Perhaps the most pressing question is whether there is new evidence to support the claim of an explosion. While some remnants of coal from the wreckage bear signs of a possible blast, it's not conclusive. The ocean's floor is a challenging environment for preserving evidence, and the passage of over a century has undoubtedly complicated matters. There's also the question of the survivors' accounts. While a few did report hearing a loud noise before the sinking, their testimonies are varied and sometimes contradictory. The chaotic nature of the disaster could have led to misinterpretations and confusions. With so many questions, it's clear we need more research to uncover the truth. As we delve deeper into this mystery, we are reminded that the Titanic's story is far from over, and perhaps its darkest secrets are yet to be revealed. While this new claim about the Titanic's sinking hasn't been fully confirmed, it certainly calls for more investigation. It's an intriguing theory that challenges our established understanding of one of the most tragic maritime disasters in history. It's not just about revisiting the Titanic's story, but rather about the broader implications of this re-examination. History, as we know, is not a static collection of facts. It is a dynamic narrative, continually reshaped by new findings, perspectives, and interpretations. It is a dialogue between the past and the present, a mirror reflecting not only what happened, but also how we understand those events today. In the case of the Titanic, the survivors' claim of a coal bunker explosion, rather than an iceberg, causing the ship to sink, presents an altered narrative that could potentially reshape our understanding of that fateful night in April 1912. It poses critical questions about the ship's construction, safety measures, and even the possible cover-ups that might have occurred in its aftermath. Further research is needed to either confirm or refute this claim. It calls for a more in-depth analysis of the physical evidence, such as the coal fragments recovered from the wreckage, and a re-evaluation of the survivors' testimonies. It may also require new technologies to explore the underwater site and perhaps uncover new evidence that has remained hidden for over a century. The quest to uncover the truth about the Titanic's sinking is not just about satisfying historical curiosity. It's about learning from past mistakes, about improving maritime safety, about seeking justice for those who perished, and about honoring their memory through a truthful account of their fate. This endeavor also serves as a reminder of the importance of questioning, of not taking historical facts at face value, and of the need to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or inconvenient it might be. Perhaps one day, we will fully uncover the true story of the Titanic's demise. What do you think about this controversial claim? This question, my friends, is not rhetorical. We genuinely want to hear your thoughts, your theories, and your perspectives. After all, history is a tapestry woven from countless threads of human experience, and your perspective could add a new hue to our understanding. Perhaps you're intrigued by the survivors' claim, maybe you're skeptical, or you might have a completely different theory altogether. The beauty of history lies in its complexity and its openness to interpretation. So, let's start a dialogue, let's engage in a conversation. Dive into the depths of research, scour the archives, or pick up a book that offers a fresh perspective. Share your findings in the comments, or better yet, create your own content. Let's make this a collaborative journey of discovery, a quest to unravel the mysteries of the past. Remember, every theory, every interpretation, and every question brings us one step closer to the truth. So don't hesitate to question, to ponder, and to explore. It is through curiosity, after all, that some of the greatest discoveries have been made. So let's embark on this journey hand in hand, as we delve into the enigmatic world of the past. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and perhaps you too can contribute to uncovering the truth about the Titanic.